Hello everyone, let's start today's workshop. You can tell me how is your mood. Are you ready to create cool visualization today? We are going to work with a dark interior. We'll create super nice dramatic lighting with sharp shadows. So I hope you're excited to see how it's going. And put some pluses into the comments so I'll see that connection is good, you can see me, hear me, and everything else, and we'll get it started. As usual, you can find in description scene for this workshop, so you can repeat it after the class. Don't try to repeat after me because I'll do it extremely fast, so better to pay attention for some details, some stuff that I'm going to do, and after it there will be a record of this video so you can repeat it and share your result in Instagram and Facebook, mention us, and also for this stream you can mention us in social media so everybody will know what are you doing. I'm kidding, of course. Okay, pluses here, that's great. Happy to see you. It's been a while when I was streaming last time, so I'm super excited to do this interior. So today we are going to create this interior. As you can see, there's very extremely sharp shadows, and that's some tricks to customize them this kind of sharp, because usually it's hard to get like super sharp, so we'll work with lighting first, then we'll customize materials, and in the end we'll got nice and beautiful visualization. Hello everyone again, so we can get started. Okay, I'm opening my 3ds Max, it's already seen there. You also have this scene in description, so you can repeat after me and try to do the same result, and it will be super exciting to see what you will get. Okay, so first of all, today we are going to work only with artificial lights, no HDRI, nothing, only coronal lights. That's all. So let's do that. First I'll customize the base material, so I'll open material editor. And okay, I have some kernel legacy MTL, but I'll start from the beginning, so I'll just delete it and create a new one. Don't forget that you need to install Corona, you need to have it in your 3ds Max, so you will have all this material. So I'm going to create Corona legacy MTL. And here we go. I'll select it all with Ctrl A and apply new material. And since our material is extremely dark, so the base materials should be also dark. I can start with the middle gray somehow, like as usual, for 90 as value, so in diffuse color you can set 90, but definitely it will be darker for sure. And also guys, please keep all your questions till the end of the workshop and I will reply to everyone, okay? Make sure to make ceiling light fixture visible because it's weird seeing a lighting on the wall but no actual light fixture on the ceiling. It's made from reference, so that's how reference was, so it's not my idea, so it was like that, so it works like that, so we'll create like that. Okay, so it's like from real photo, I'm not faking anything, but of course I'll customize some light by myself. Okay, so we applied material, you selected applied, we'll make it 90 for now, and reflection I'll set 1, glossiness as usual 0.6 or something like that, and reflection glossiness somewhere in between, somewhere in the middle, so it will be slightly, not too strong. Okay, I can't start interactive render yet because if I'll start it, it will be extremely dark and no point to see it. So I need at least one and first lighting here. So I'll go to lighting, I'll select from the list Corona and create Corona light. Okay. Okay, let's work with rectangle. I think it will work fine. So I'll create the first one somewhere and we'll see how it works. But it started from the 0 coordinate, so I need to lift it up. I'll turn off grid first, so you'll see all my actions. And now I can start interactive render. Let's go. I said let's go. Hello, render. Okay, that's good. Do I have some lesson in Arabic? I don't think so. The one word in Arabic I know is yalla yalla. That's all. Sorry, guys. Only English for now. Okay, so as you can see, some light appear, and first that I don't like, of course, is that I see the real shape of the lighting. So I'm going to turn it off. I need to go to Modify tab, and here you can antique box visible directly, and it will disappear. Best. Next one, I would like to add targeted, so I can customize the angle of the light, the direction of the light, so it will be easier. So I tick this box, and now I can, well, it not the length of the target doesn't really matter. The means only the direction of the target. So just for probably comfortable. One sec, I can hear myself. I need to turn it off. Una minuto, per favore. Okay, now it's good. So I just put it down, and we'll see. And also I need to fix this viewport for render, because when I switch to another viewport, it switch in the render also. So I need go to render tab and press the lock. Okay, my render tab is appear in the other screen, so I need to move it to this one, so you will see it. Okay, so I activated viewport with Corona camera, and now I can fix it, and when I'll switch to another viewport, it won't be visible. Okay, now it's fine. I'll back to my lighting, and let's customize the intensity and everything. So the main goal is get very sharp shadows. Okay, so first I'll increase intensity, so we will see. And the good way to get the sharp shadow is make the smaller size of the light. For now we have around 90, so let me make it 50-50, and we'll see. Yeah, the shadow become way more sharper. Well, way more. A bit more sharper, because it wasn't like super blurred, but blurred for sure. And let me increase intensity. And after saves here, as usual, waiting for us. Probably will cancel the next one, so it will be faster. I don't know why it takes so long. The scene is not heavy. Okay, let me try to do that now. Hey. Somehow it's everything frozen. I don't know why, but happens. 3ds Max is very picky beast, so sometimes happen. Okay, that's fine. I can increase more, but I believe I'm able to get the shadow even more sharper. So let me try 25-25. Okay, that looks good. Maybe I'll select the target and move it somewhere to get more intensive shadow or less intensive shadow. So let me select it and move. We'll see what we'll got. Okay, more light here. Actually, it's not too bad. Can be. Probably I'll increase even more exposure. We don't need like super strong, because we'll add more lights in the other area, in the shower, in the like hallway of the bathroom, so don't overdo that. Actually, it's not too bad. Also, this glass in the shower, we definitely need to hide it because it's like prevent going lighting through it. So I'm going to select it. And just hide, right click and hide. Okay, and extremely strong shadow in this area, but that's fine because we'll add another lighting in douche and it will reduce this strong shadow from the left side. So let me copy this lighting to this side. Probably I will select, okay, I select the copy, not instance, but well, maybe it will be different. Probably in other way I will select instance, but yeah, we'll change it for sure because the shadow in the douche is like super blurred, and that's not exactly what we need to get. So let's first move where we want this shadow. Probably I'll select the target and also move it. Shadow, target of the light. Let's see. It's not giving much. Okay, let me move just the lighting then, because I want this shadow like somewhere in this area. And yeah, it's extremely blurred, and to make it more sharp you should decrease the side of the light, and that's how you will get like super sharp shadow, and it's really cool. So let's try to do that. So for example 1010. Yeah, but we definitely need to more intensity of it. Like, it's not enough. A lot of intensity we need for sure. Okay, that's a bit better now. But still I'm not happy. I want to make it even more contrasted. Okay, let me try even less size, so 5.5. Guys, I know that I'm doing like extremely fast everything, but there will be records, so you can make it like slowly when you will see in the record. So don't worry about it, and you will have scene where you can practice. So yeah, I'm doing fast, but you just see step by step, and then on the record you can repeat and do in your own pace. Okay, so don't be mad about it. I just don't want to make webinar extremely long because it's also hard to watch. But for now, you can see that shadows more nicer than it was before. Okay, I think a bit too much light in this area, so probably I'll move target. So I just need this part of the light, only one. You can see that I selected the light target, not the main light. So it's like direction of the light, and now I can move it. So if I'll move it far from the wall, it should be less lighting. At least. Oh well. We'll see how it's going. Yeah. When I move it closer to the wall, you can see that it's way more light in this area, but I don't need it. So probably move somewhere in this. Okay. But also I don't like this strong shadow here. It's become exactly from this lighting. If I'll select it now, not the target but the main light. Let me show you this, and I'll cancel after save. So we'll save a little bit of time. I said cancel, please. Okay. And also real little not nice shadow get in this area. So here is too strong, and here's also not too nice lighting. Okay, so if I'll select just the light and turn it off, you will see how it was before and how it was after it. So turn it off. It was super dramatic, super nice. Turn it on. well, we add extremely a lot of intensity, that's for sure, but also we can move a little more target of it to get rid of those shadows and so. So let me move it closer and we'll see how it works. Yeah, probably we need to work more with intensity, not with the target. Okay, that's fine with me. So let's lower intensity. Ooh, super a lot. Okay, that's a bit better. Also, we can add some directionality for the light, so it will be more direct light. Let me turn off this one and let's try for the first light just. So I'll select it. I think it would be better if it will be more direct, not just from the ceiling, but somewhere in this area more focused. So when you turn on directionality, the lights from the beginning is going like to 90%. When you increase directionality, the angle of the light is decreasing and it's more directional in some area where your target is. So if I'll increase it, oh yeah, now it's extremely a lot. Let me create region so we won't add that much. Definitely we need less of it, but actually it looks not too bad. Okay, this one actually looks really good. We don't have any more lighting in the top of the ceiling, in the top of the wall also. Maybe even more. Oh yeah, and now it's way more dramatic. So I really like how it looks like. Okay, that's really nice. And also we can see that our base material is extremely light, so we can make it darker. So I'm going to open material editor and select our base material and make it way more darker. It's like super black, so yeah, around 20 I think should be nice, even maybe darker, so 15, and we can increase intensity of the light also, so maybe even more dark. Okay, 12 looks good. Let's try to increase a little bit, not too much. We don't need like extremely a lot light in this area, but should be some. Maybe a bit less. Okay, now let's go turn off the second one and probably will increase directionality of it also, because I really like how it works, that it's not applying for the walls and ceiling and only in the area like started from a bit lower, and it looks really nice. So sharpness of the shadows and also directionally, and we'll get way more interesting result for the shadows. So I'll turn it on, just need to select the main light. Okay, now I can increase way more of it. And okay, let's increase directional for it as well. Yeah, 0.9 doesn't work, so let's make it less. Okay, here we go, our shadows. Okay, looks nicer. And I need more intensity. It's not enough. Yeah, I know the number of intensity is extremely extraordinary. Usually we not apply that much, but well, what we can get. We have an extremely dark interior, so we need a lot of intensity here, right? Ooh, and you can see I just increased directionally, and the shadow from the left is just disappear and focus it just in the area of the shower, and that's really nice. I think it's the same as we got for the first light, right? So we could make instance at the beginning, but yeah, intensity we would change anyway, so that's fine. This shadow is a little bit too much, so okay, let's try change it. Can we? Or we cannot. No, okay, so probably we need to move all the light with target and okay, yeah, you can see that it's making not that strong in the floor, so you need just move a little bit your light to get shadow where you want to. Okay, that looks nice. Maybe I'll increase even more intensity. Don't want to overdo it, but well, somewhere in between that we got before and now, I think would be nice. In the model there will be almost everything for you, just without these bottles, but I believe that you're able to add any bottles from any other model, so I don't think that it will be a problem for you. Probably I will turn off the autosave because like takes too much time. I'm not so sure why. The scene is not heavy, so let me turn it off. I hope we won't crash, or I'll just increase the time, so just in case I will save it. So let me do it in preference, because every 5 minutes like too often for now. Okay, here we go. Files and interval will be for 20 minutes. I think would be fine. I hope so. Okay. And yeah. Somehow it increased extremely a lot of light here. Just a bit more. Okay. That looks good. Super nice, sharp shadows. I think we should add a few more lights in this area, because like there definitely will be some lights. So we try and as much as we can recreate the real lighting. So usually there will be some like 4 spots. So we'll create 4 spots for our interior. So I'll just select the one from the sink and just move it. Okay, this time I'll select instance, and I hope we don't need to change it much. Yeah, actually it looks good. It gives us some shadows in the door, it gives us some lighting in the door, not too strong, not too dark, so I believe it's enough. And also somewhere in this area. I don't think that we will see much result from it, but maybe. Let me turn it off, turn it on, so I will see got we something or not. Let me turn off the region, select the light, and turn it off. Oh yeah. No, it's turning off all of them because they're instant. So if you want to see how it involved, you can just delete it. Yeah, it got a little light in this area in the shower. So yeah, not much. So that's good for us. And also we have a nice pattern of the lighting in this area. So we should add also it. For this kind of images, well, that's not images, that's more like pattern for the lighting. You can use IAS maps. So let me create yeah, I think extra one lighting I wanted to create from this one, but I believe it's better to create extra one lighting, so let's try to do that. So I'll copy it somewhere here as copy, because we're going to add IAS map. Oh, even like that you can see it looks way more cone, not like super blurred, but well, we need to add map. I'm going to use let me show you what I'm going to use. I have extremely old set for IES map, but it still works fine. I do like these patterns. I believe that you can find them anywhere in internet. There are a lot of them, so it won't be a problem for you to download it. Let me see, where is it? I just want to show you the pictures because I have in the texture folder just main map, but I don't have the images of this pattern for the lights, and I want to show you. Okay, I found it. 1 second. Okay, here we go. So here's like extremely old set, but still works pretty fine, and you always can set and select one of those, which one will fit for your interior. And I believe could works number 2, for example, for ours, number 16, and actually, yeah, those two or 16. I believe the 16 will work even better because of the strongest intensive light in the middle part, so I'll going to use exactly 16 numbers. So you need to select your light. You need to go to tab IES and press none button to select this map. So press it and select from the folder. Also, Corona have its own sets, but I tried before, I didn't like it, it didn't work for this scene, so that's why I use from the set. But in some cases these ones work pretty fine. You can see like Corona, IS, and select the one that you like. Okay, let me select from the textures. Oh, probably not here. Guys, you can find this set in internet, like just press in Google iOS map and it will find it for you. There are a lot of them though, so don't worry about it. Okay, this is not that workshop. We have too many workshops, so I'm a bit lost, sorry. Okay, here we go. iOS. Oh yeah, and here we go. So what we can do here, I don't like that it appear on the walls, so I probably put it down a little bit. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I want. And one thing, we try to get as more sharp shadows as we can, but for the case with IES map, we don't need that much strong, so we need to blur this one. So I'm going to increase the size of the light so the shadow will be more blurred, not that sharp, because it looks like a bit weird, right? So I need to do that. And I think I got some viruses in this scene somehow, not so sure why. But you should install in 3ds Max security tool. It usually clean up, and I probably will clean it with the prune scene script because it's not supposed to be do after saves now because I turned it off. So sorry for that. We'll clean it up in a minute. Okay, let me stop render. I'll clean it super fast. I don't know why it works like that. So I have installed prune scene. Also, it's really cool plugin, so you can find it. I use just free version, so yeah, so you can use it also. Just click on these buttons and yeah, some ads will appear, but after all you will able to use it, or you can buy the license. It's not super expensive. Usually I turn off the missing bumps. For example, you apply some models to your scene, but you didn't work with material yet, so if the textures are missing, better to untick it, otherwise you will lose the path for these textures. Okay, let's start. I hope it will help. It should be clear all the trash in the scene. Yeah, I got it somewhere. somehow, but I hope it will be fine now. Okay, so I wanted to increase the size of the light, so let's do that. The goal is to get rid of this super sharp shadow from the IS lighting, so let's do that. It's rectangular, so 50, 50. Oh, it's become super intensive. I don't need that much. So intensity also will decrease even more. So you need to work with the size, you need to work with the intensity one by one. Don't be in a hurry. You don't have like extremely like super straight parameter. Like here you should put like that, here you should put like that. Always you should be very variable and customize all the parts of your scene. So one by one. Okay, let's decrease it more. And still the shadow is sharp, so let's increase it even more. Okay, this one it looks better now. Okay, let me create region so I will see only this area. As you can see, who follows our workshop, I didn't turn off the interactive denoiser. In this case, done not skewing all my objects, so works fine for now. And render is going super fast. Delete all the noises on the scene. Okay, and probably even more. So 120, 120, and less intensity. I'll just do manually, so I think it will be faster. 40, 80. It looks fine. Can we make it even more blue? Okay, let's try. So 150. Okay. Should be that intense or a bit less. Okay, let's try a bit less. Let me see here. Oh, actually, it can be like here. I think we can keep it. So 70 plus or minus looks nice. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to add and return our glass. So right click, unhide all. Yeah, I think so. You don't have much object to hide, hidden. Okay, so select the glass, open material editor, and we'll create like basic glass material. So all you need is, well, you can copy this one, you can create a new one. Probably better the create a new one, so you can drag it from the list from the last. So drag it and create it. And yeah, interactive render, you can click on this button in toolbar of Corona if you have installed Corona. If not, then you need to download it and then toolbar will appear. Just click this button. Okay, so basic glass material. All you need is like 3 parameters only, well, more or less. So first, a diffuse color, always black, well, in most of the case. Next, you need to add some reflection. So reflection level 1, glossiness we're not touching at all. If you will decrease it, then, well, it's not necessary. And also for transparent, so it will be like real glass, you need to set a level 1 in refraction. Okay, now it should be like glass. And the last step, you need to select this material and assign it to object that you select for the douche. If you don't need that much reflection in your glass, you always can reduce it. So for that, you will need to decrease color of reflection. Well, not decrease, but make it darker. So you search for reflection area, this one, and here you can find reflection color. Click on it, and well, in the middle, more or less, you can create region and see how strong reflection in the glass. If it's fine for you, you can keep it like that. If it's not, you can make it more intensive by making lighter or less intensive by making darker. Probably I'll make it a little lighter, so the reflection will be slightly stronger, but not extremely like it was in the beginning. Okay, that looks good. Okay, next I would like to add some light materials for the light object in our scenes. For example, this part of the scene, ceiling, and probably floor lighter as well. So it's good always for your interior set the base colors, but we don't have much colors in this specific scene, but we have like gray, we have black, and we have white. So these three color will apply, and then we'll move forward for materials. Okay, so this is our base material. I can rename it for base, and yeah, it's not the sphere doesn't look like the color, the main color it looks like. Sometimes the preview is not updating. If you want to see it, it's not important at all. The main thing, it's what you see in the render. But if you want to update the preview of your sphere, you always right click, and here you find update preview, and the sphere will update, and you will see the real color of the material. Okay, now I can make a copy with Shift, and we'll create some light material, like white material for the ceiling, then for the sink, and then for the floor. So here we go. I'll select ceiling first, because it's like super light supposed to be, but it's a bit hard with the dark interior. So usually the lightest and whitest color that you should apply in your interior scene is like value 180. So I'll set 180, and we'll see if it's enough or not, because in the dark interior you can increase it a bit more, because it's all applied for the light parts in your interior, so probably you will need to increase it. Yeah, it's kind of a bit dark, so I can increase it, but not helping much. But well, as much as we can, right? Maybe a little more. I don't want to do like 255, because it's like not nice. This kind of white color not exist in real life, and we're trying as much as we can to recreate nice ones. Okay, actually it's not too bad. Maybe I can increase slightly exposure. I don't want to add a lot of exposure, because it will reduce all our shadows if you increase it a lot. So I can just a bit. Not so sure should I do that. You can see that if I'll increase it a lot, all our lighting is disappear, right? So I won't do that, but maybe just a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. I don't really like too much light in this area, so I can move a little bit of the right light. Or maybe I thought maybe put it down a little bit, but first I'll try to move it just a little bit. But still pay attention on all these shadows. Okay, let me create region just for this area and this area. I think would be enough. Now it's not enough on the floor. I want a bit more. And yeah, with the artificial light you work one by one with each of the lightings. Okay, let me try to put it down just a little bit. So just select this one. We'll see. No, that's too much with the shadow. No, I'll return it. Can we do something with that target? And also don't forget that we don't need extra shadows in this area, so always be careful. Yeah, I move it and got way more shadows here. And that's not what I wanted, right? Okay, I think looks good. Yeah, still a lot of lighting, but I don't think that it will be like extremely strong problem. So let's back to our materials, and the light one for the scene. I think it would be a bit darker, so I'll make a copy of this light material also with the shift. So just navigate on the material, hold shift and drag, and you will create the copy of the material. Okay, now I can select my sink, only one part, and assign it. So just press this button. Do I put lights before material? Yes, always. First we customize the light shadow composition, because without it your materials won't work nicely. So when you get the nice light composition, then you apply all materials. Okay, I'll make it a bit darker, so around 120. Guys, keep your questions till the end, please, and I will answer them. Okay, that's fine. And a little lighter floor, and we'll get to detail it our materials. Hey, I wanted to create one more copy of the material. Select floor. Floor is creating from two parts, so you need to select two objects to apply the material. So be careful with that, otherwise one part will be dark and another one will be lighter, and that's not exactly what you need, right? So if for to see old ages, it's always better to see what exactly you selected. Otherwise you use selection mode with highlights. I don't really like it, that's why. Okay, box 036, and with control select another part. Yeah, and now you can see that I selected two objects, so one main floor, another one for the shower. And now I can assign the new copy of the material. So select it, assign it, and open render. And yeah, for the floor we don't need white color, we need more gray than white, so I'll make it darker, sure. Okay, let me go to diffuse color and make it 70 something. Yeah, 70 actually, maybe a bit less, like 60. Okay, 60 looks perfect. And here we go. Let's start with materials. So when you apply your all base material for your objects, like for example, you have more colors, for example, like terracotta or red or green colors, you apply these colors first, and then you more detailize it your all materials. So start with big areas. For example, here is like huge areas, like definitely the walls. Oh, actually we don't need, and the ceiling way more lighter now, and we got the shadow from the light, and I suppose we should turn off one more tick box to get rid of it. So I believe it's from the one with IES map, so I need to select it. And here you can find another tick box, occluded other light. So it's now preventing go light through another light. So when you untick it, it should be disappear. Yeah. So now it's perfectly fine, and one light's going through another one, and we're not getting shadows in the ceiling, well, from the small one. So also we need to do this for another light. So select it and also untick and occlude other lights, and yeah, shadow is disappear now. So now we can okay, in the shower, like little point from the light. So for these ones we don't need to untick because it's all three lights instance, and every settings that you apply for this one will be applied for those two also. But this one is not instance, so also we need to turn off unincluded lights. And these points should disappear. Let me create new region. And it's not somehow. Oh, okay. Slightly there. What we can do more? In reflection. That's actually weird. Well, it's super small, we can always Photoshop it. I'm not so sure why is it that, because we turn all off, but well, sometimes it happens. Okay, let's go. So let's create first material for the walls, because it's a huge area, right? So I'm going to open material editor, and I'll just copy the base material. So copy it. But I'll move it somewhere else so I can apply some maps to it, and I will have space for it. The links for the maps for the walls you have in description, so you can use it or find something similar. I found those maps in textures.com. We're going to use the diffuse map, normal, and I believe displacement as well. So you can download it. Also in textures.com you're able to download the free version, but the size of the textures won't be big, but I believe for this kind of interior it will be enough, so you can use free version as well. All you need is just sign up for the site, and it will give you opportunity to download these maps. Okay, so here we go, our material. I'll move it, and here's my folder with maps. You can see that for this interior we're not using a lot of maps, so you can find this texture, this for diffuse. In textures.com it's called albedo. Albedo is also for diffuse, it's just for another soft where instead of diffuse they're using word albedo, but it's all the same. So I'll start with just a color. So with basic diffuse map, all I need is just drag to the material editor and plug in to diffuse color. You can pull the circle, connect to diffuse color, and it will appear. Okay, now I can show in the viewport, and now I need to assign this new material. So my walls with the tiles are created by floor generator. It's an external plugin for 3ds Max. There is a free version exists, so you can find it also. Just write in Google floor generator and you will find it, and it will send for the guys who create it, and you can download it from there. Also, you will need to sign up for it, but after that it will appear perfectly. So all I need is just select this one, right click and select similar, and it will select all the parts with the floor generator. But usually it works perfectly fine. Sometimes not so, sometimes you need to extra select something, but you always can check what exactly you select. For now it's like selected 4 objects. I can go to isolate, like right click, isolate selection, and you will see that yeah, it's selected fine for walls. I can go to perspective, so you will see what exactly I select. So 1, 2, 3, 4 walls. So it's perfect. Now I can open material editor, select material, and assign just for 4 walls. After that, you can exit isolate also with right click, or you can use shortcase for 3ds Max. Always better to use shortcase, but if you not get used to it, then it's fine to work with a mouse button. But yeah, the size is extremely huge. Also, for now, the noising for interactive render, it doesn't looks really nicely, so I'm going to turn it off. I need to go to render setup, performance, and turn off fast preview the noise. Now it will be more noisy, but we will see more clearly all the details. So I'll create smaller region, so we will see perfectly fine the size of the texture, and I'm going to make it smaller because, well, it's huge, right? So you can do it just in the map, so you need to just select it, and here you can find it tiling, and I'm going to increase the size. When you increase it, the textures become smaller. When you decrease it, the size become bigger. Okay, so probably even more. 3 and 3. And probably even more. 5, 5. You always, if you want to see more clearly all the details, you always can activate 2-pan zoom. You can find it under plus, click here, 2D pan zoom. I'm going to use in the future with short keys, and then just scroll in the viewport. And when you scroll, you're not scrolling like exactly in the camera, but you're scrolling for the render. And when you open the render, you will see more clearly all these details. Just zoom in, and yeah, I'll make it even more smaller. 5. And yeah, maybe even more. We don't need like see all the texture. It should be like extremely small one. Yeah, slightly visible. I believe that's enough. I'll turn off this 2D pan zoom. I press the shortcut, but you can exit the same like with plus and 2D pan zoom. Okay, and let's work with normal and displacement. So again, open material editor. If you want to keep the tiling parameters, better to copy the map, so you don't need to set it again. So make a copy of the bitmap and then just press the button and select another map, and the tiling will be there. Okay, and here I can find my normal map. The same name, just with normal. Normal maps for Corona, you need to connect to Corona normal, so you can see it's like violet blue color. So all you need is just pull this circle maps and go to Corona and select Corona normal, and select normal, so it will be plugging into normal slot. Okay, now we can connect it to bump, so it will get some structure in the wall. It will be more volume, and when you see this arrow, that means that you need to turn on add gamma to input. When you do that, message won't appear anymore, so just close it and it will be fine. I'll 2D pan zoom again, so see more details, how strong it should be. And yeah, it's pretty too strong. If you zoom in the render, this area will be rendered way more faster. Yeah, I know that we have region, but if you zoom in, will be rendering only the part that you zoom in. So if you want to see some details, you can do that and it will be way more faster. Okay, let me decrease strength a little bit, so at least in a half. I think we don't need too much of it. Okay, and let me see on the side. Bump doesn't really work for 90 degrees, so when you see that like you look at the wall like extremely straight or a little bit on by angle, a bump doesn't really works because it's like more fake volume for the texture, not the real bumping. So if you need those bumps in the wall, better to use displacement map. It will influence the main base object. So I can copy a normal map and select displacement map. So we'll add some displacement modifier to get some more visible parts in the left wall. So I'll select it. In textures comment called height. Height is for displacement. So don't be afraid of all these words, it's all the same, just with the different names. And next I need to, I'll select the one wall, probably the left one. And I'll apply, no, that's not the one. I need with floor generator. Hello. I don't need 4 objects. Somehow I don't want to select it. Finally, after the 10th trying, but still 4 objects. Why it's 4 objects? Come on! What's wrong with you, guy? Finally, only one. Okay, and here you can apply the modify current displacement mode I have in my set, but you can find it in modify list. That will be faster, probably add from my set. Okay, here you can find current displacement mode applied to the one object. Okay, and then you need to drag this map from material editor to slot no map. So just pull and drag. Yeah, I know the line is not appear through all marks, but you can see the mouse is changed. And now you can apply as instance. Always use an instance, because if you do some changes in the main map, it will be applied in this slot as well. Okay. And now we can do something with that. So all you need is customize the intensity of min and max level. Min is how strong the map going inside, and max level is how strong going map outside. So map are usually gray, so some light parts going outside, some dark parts going inside, and that's how the map works. Okay, we don't need much, so I'll start with 1, -1, 1. I'll pump zoom a little more. Okay, let me add some 20, so we'll see some result of this map. So you won't say that I'm lying, that it works and applying the model. But yeah, we don't need that much, so I'll decrease it. But at least you see that it works. I'll create small regions, so it will be way more faster. Okay, probably we need like slightly. Intensity of it. Guys, please keep the all question till the end and I'll answer it, because you can see that it takes some time to create the main scene. I think it's enough, right? So all I'm going to do is like just copy this modifier and apply for all the other walls. So first I'll right click, copy displacement mode. Next I'll select similar, and then in isolation I'll apply all of it for the other scenes, for the other walls. Okay, so for this one we have displacement, so next I'll select the front wall. In this area you press right click and paste instance, so if you do some changes in Corona displacement mode, it will apply for all other walls as well. So next one also paste instance, and the last one paste instance. Okay, now it should be perfectly fine. We can go isolate. Finally back to normal condition in camera view, and we'll see how it works with the whole view. Okay, I believe it's cool. Also, I really want to add some metallic material for our objects. We have like 1, 2, 3 metallic objects, because it's like a bit super gray anything, and it will give us some nice mood for the scene. So next one I'll create just basic metal material, and then we'll customize more detail for each part, but for now just basic one. So I'll create just new Corona Legacy MTL, and I'll apply all the parts. So handle and shower and all parts that should be metallic. So you can select it all with Control. Do it in all views, in the left view, in the front view. Also I need to do it in perspective with 2-button zoom, because I need also this part, and I believe that's all right. Yeah, I think so. And now I can apply the new material that I created. Open material editor, render. I'll create region for all this part, so it will be faster render, and we'll make just basic chrome, I think. So it starts the same as glass material, so you do a black diffuse color, that's first. Did I apply it? Doesn't look like. Okay, let me try add reflection and we'll see. Maybe I didn't apply it because it's still gray. Okay, let me turn back when the all objects were selected. Okay, and just assign it again, just in case. Oh, yeah, now it's applied, so probably I didn't assign it. Well, happens. Just make sure that you assign all materials that you need, because sometimes you think that you select the correct material but applied something else, or you just forget to assign it. So be careful with that. And now you can see that, yeah, it's changed color for black. Now we can add reflection. For chrome material, you need to increase Fresnel. So it starts from 4. We need it actually super glossy, so we easily can increase it till, I don't know, 12. Usually I use 12 for mirror, but in this case it also can work. And our room is super dark, so we need a lot of reflection here, but glossiness I'm going to decrease, because it's like now it's like that's exactly mirror material, and for these parts of the interior it doesn't really need it. So glossiness lower, so the reflection won't be that glossy and will be more blurred. I can decrease it even more, and probably I will add some color. Yeah, because it's like super gray and I want to add some slightly warm color. So if you want to add color for your metal, you need to add color in reflection, not in diffuse. So diffuse, still black. Well, sometimes you can change some color, but usually it's black, but change the color exactly in a reflection. So I'll slightly increase saturation, but probably it's too much. And also I don't need pink, so I'll change hue as well to more yellow color. Okay, that looks good. Also, I like to use for metal like double reflection. So how you can do the double reflection? It means that one metal will be with blurred reflection, and on the top I'll set another material which will cover more strong reflection, and it's like next layer, but slightly, not like full covered, and gives like super nice result. It's good for metal, it's sometimes good for the floor material when you like polish it flooring, and like, you need like slowly polish it, and it works really nicely. So you can change material map type by clicking right click mouse and change material map type and select Corona Legacy MTL. Oh, sorry, not Legacy, not that one. Change material map type, layered MTL. Yeah, I said Legacy, but select layered. You need layered because it's like next layer that we'll put on the top of this material. Yeah, keep old. So we'll keep the current material. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a copy of this material, and the second one I'll make with higher glossiness. So make a copy, plug in into next layer, so to the layer 1, and I'll increase glossiness. So for now the second layer, well, second layer I mean layer 1, because the first layer like base material, but layer 1 will cover fully the first material. So the second material like fully overtake the first one. So we'll see only result the first one, but not the second one. So I'm going to select it, and I'll increase glossiness. 0.9. Yeah, and you can see it like fully changed. Okay. Now I'm going to select the layered and lower opacity of the second material. So for example 50%, so there will be 50% of the second material and 50% of the first material. So they like mix it together. And let me come closer with pan zoom so we'll see a bit better. Okay, and probably even less of it, so 20. And maybe I'll make even more glossiness for the second material, so 20 is more or less good. And glossiness, I don't know, 95. Okay, and well, since we are in this area, we can create more brushed metal for the back part of this object. So should be it for mixers also, only for the back. Okay, only for the back. So I'm going to copy all this material, so you need to select them all, and I'll select only the back part of the mixer. So select it, assign new material, and we'll make a brushed material. Also really cool for some objects to apply it. will keep all these materials, I believe, with layered and everything. All I need is just brush texture. I'm not so sure where I did find it, but this one or this one, we'll see which one we're going to use. Which one would looks nicer? I have two of them. This one is softer, this one is more strong. Okay, let's start with the soft one, I think, and we'll see how it works. Okay, I'm going to work with the first material since it has more influence on the object. So I need to pull this map and connect to reflection glossiness. Let me show this map in the viewport. And I think it's not giving me enough of the brushness of metal. Okay, let me try another map. Maybe it will work better because I don't see much brushness and I want a bit more stronger. Okay. Okay, I can see something, but not much for now. Oh yeah, now I can see it. Okay, that looks better. This one I'll delete. And what else we can do? So, I'll probably add some anisotropy. It will stretch my reflection. I actually do like sometimes to add, especially for some cylindric forms. Well, this one is not cylindric, but definitely I want some reflection in this area, but I'm still not getting it. I don't see anything. Oh, yeah, I don't see anything because my render is not started. No wonder. Okay, let me start it again. Why I don't use standard materials that we have in the library? As you can see, all materials I'm creating from zero because I do like customize all materials from zero, but because I know what exactly in these materials. Okay, now I'm getting to think that the first map works better. Okay, let me return to it. And let's try. Okay, I don't really like it, so let me try with anisotropy and we'll see what we'll get. Okay, finally get some reflection, but I want to vertical, so I'll try to rotate it to 90 degrees. Okay, probably I'll decrease or make this one darker, or return this map so it will be darker. Okay, let's try again. Which one is better? Yeah, this one I do like more. Okay. All right. Actually, it looks pretty cool. The one thing is too clear, so I will add some bumps. I do like use for reflection some noise map, so you can find it in general noise. And connect it just to the bump, so it will give not a super clear reflection but slightly wavy, and it gives really nice effect for the objects. So connect to the bump and we'll see what we'll got. Not exactly what I wanted, but the size always like super huge, so I'll make it smaller in the noise. Yeah, and definitely the intensity of the bump is extremely huge, so I need to reduce it. For that you will need to go to material and reduce it there, at least for the half for sure. So bump 0.5, maybe even less. We need just slightly of this effect. Okay, for now, so we will see the shape, and then if needed we'll reduce it even more. So size I will increase in the noise, so select this map and let's go increase it 20, 40, 70. Let me try different types. Fractal. Oi, it looks weird. Probably need to decrease it, the intensity of the map. Yeah, even more. Like super strong. So let's back to material again. Corona Legacy. So 0, 1. 0, 0, 5. Okay, maybe even less. 0, 0, 4, like slightly. And you can see the reflection is way more interesting now, not super straight with some bumps, but still the size I think is too small, so I'll increase it a little more. So back to noise map. Okay, 100. 120. Yeah, 100, 120 I believe works really cool. So I think looks nice. Okay, so let's exit pan zoom and let's go to the next one. So remove all regions, start render again. It stopped again after I customize my beautiful metal. And I really like to create the marble material for the sink, because it gives us a little bit of the color, because now it's like super all white gray. So let's do that. But this part I do like how it looks like. So I'm going to select this pipette tool material that we applied before. Move it somewhere else so we can add some maps. And I'll search for the map. So I applied the link for this map, so you can use exactly this one. And let me add to the field the marble one. And plug in just to diffuse color. Okay, well, from this part we could stop, but for marble materials, really cool to add some effect, such as SSS. SSS material tool, if you can say, more like effect. It's like subsurface lighting. So lighting comes through the object, and you will get some more light area inside. It works with objects like skin, like some fruits like grapes, like berries, also with marbles. So the light coming through and it's like a little shining inside and gives you a really cool effect, and that's what we're going to add. So just going to select your material, and you can find volumetric and SSS. We need to open it, SSS, and select from the list. So now it's like starting to work, but not exactly, because we need to set some parameters. So when you set amount 1, it will start to a little work. But if you want to increase intensity of this effect, you can work with radius. So you're going to add a bit more. Sometimes it's like enough radius 1, sometimes you need to add 20 or 40. All depends what exactly you want to get. But probably I want to get more. So it will shine up. And you can see on the edges where the most it gets light from it, it's like a bit shiny. Also, it's really cool for candles materials, especially if the light inside and the light is on, you will see the effect of the SSS inside of the candle. And here also we can see it. Yeah, subsurface scatter. Exactly. But probably the color of it is extremely strong, so I'm going to calm it down a little bit. So less saturation. And probably a bit more yellow, since we don't have that red color. Probably even less saturation. Okay, that looks fine. Also, we can try apply this map instead of amount. Maybe it will a little calm it down. You can drag it here. You can also open the material editor and drag it into SSS amount. So it doesn't really matter where you will apply it. Will be all the same, but just do it as instance. So all you will apply will be in the material. Yeah, it's a little calm down. So for now, I maybe even make it a little more yellow and slightly more saturation, just a bit. And a little more yellow. It was more, not 10. Okay, let me add it manually because it's back to yellow color, and then that's not what I wanted at all. Okay, I believe that looks fine. So let's move on. Let me render a little bit so we'll see what we got so far. I will probably create just the basic black material for the mirror for the shower, so it won't be just gray. Like super fast. I'll just copy the base material, select this part. So I need mirror, and metal parts of the shower. No, that's glass. Okay, I'll select with the selection tool. It will be easier. And oh, come on. And unselect the glass. Yeah, should be fine. Let me assign new material and make it darker, like fully black, at least 5. And probably even more, right? Yeah, it's not enough, so 1, 0. I can add 0, why not? Okay, glossiness I'll lift up a little bit so the reflection will be more glossy, but the color reflection I'll make a little darker. so it won't be that shiny, but the reflection would be nice. Okay, that looks fine. And let's go to the next one. I think we should make floor. I'll create region also for the walls. Maybe we will need to add something because I think they are too clear, not exactly what in douche happens, I mean in shower happens, so probably we will add some dirtiness there. But first we'll create floor material. So I'll select it with the pipette tool. And move it somewhere else. I have nice texture for concrete. I believe you can find something else like that. I think I googled it and found it. Not so sure actually where I get it, but usually I Google it, search it, and found something like that. Like nothing special, just normal concrete texture that you can use. So drag it to the field. And connect it to diffuse color. So we'll start with diffuse. Actually, I don't think that we need much things to do with it. Maybe some dirty parts. I really like to add and composite different maps, like by mask, in composite mask. So let me mix with some lighter or darker color for the floor, because actually how it looks like. Maybe we should make it smaller. I don't see. And try to add some UV, maybe a little smaller. So I apply UV just for this flooring. I can make it box, but for this floor it doesn't really matter because we don't have and see any height. For this one it will matter. Yeah, for this one we for sure need to add UV map because the texture is super stretch and looks not nice. But first we need to customize the size. Okay, let me try like 2000, 2000, 2000. It's a bit too small, but well, we can try, why not? Maybe it was fine before. You always can customize different sizes and see the one that you like more, but well, be realistic. Sometimes you apply the texture and it's like extremely huge, which is not it can be in real life, so try to do as much as possible like in real life. I mean the size of the textures and everything. But so far I'll copy just this UV, right click copy and apply it for the shower part. So it will be the same, and also paste instance. So if I'll apply and change the size, it will be applied for this part as well. Oh yeah, actually this looks fine. Now I'll add some dirtiness for it. So, or maybe not dirtiness, maybe some cleanness, we'll see. You can plug in the composite map inside, like in between the map and diffuse color, or you can right click, change material map type and select. In general, you can find the maps composite. That's what I'm going to use, and also keep old map. So it will be again just plug in already in the layer 1. Next I need to composite map and add new layer for it. So we can work with another layer and mix them with by mask. So add new layer, you can see that second layer is appear. I'm going to add color correction here. connect map into layer 2. For now it's the color, it's exactly the same like in the first lesson, you won't see any difference. For now second layer is overlay the first one. And now I need mask. Oh yeah, stains. I wanted to use this one. It's like I think it gives a really nice effect for the shower flooring. It's from Grand Warwick Textures. You can find this his site and download it if you want to. The map is huge, so it takes time to open it as usual, but yeah, you can see like bumps from the water, so I think for shower it like super perfect. And yeah, let's go to edit to material editor and connect it to layer mask. So I need to plug in here and show it in the viewport so we'll see the size of it. Oh yeah, can be, why not? And let me make the second layer. I think would be nicer to make it lighter. So the light parts of this mask will be applied by second layer. So all the light parts will be layer 2, all the dark parts will be layer 1. So if you want to customize by color, you know what exactly you need to change. So I'm going to select color correction and make it lighter. So we will see these little parts more lighter. I hope so, but I believe it's not enough. And we should make it even lighter. Okay, I'll add just extremely super light color so we'll see something at least. Oh yeah, now I can see light parts here. But yeah, as I say, it's a bit too much, so I'll calm it down just a little bit. Oh yeah, actually it looks really nice, gives us a little more not super accurate result, and I do like it. Okay, let's render just a bit our everything. And as I said, our walls is too accurate, so probably we should add also some dirt map for it. So let me select this material, the very first that we created, and we'll do the same, add composite map, add color correction for the second material, and mix it by some mask to add some dirtness. So here is it, our material. I'll change material map type for bitmap on diffuse composite map. Okay, keep old the same and add new layer in composite map. Come on, I just need new layer, that's all I need. Okay, I'm going to use this mask because it like not super same parts in the texture, so you can see that some parts are more dark, some parts are more light, so it would be nice to apply for the walls. And I'll just drag it to the field and connect to layer 2 mask. Now I need color correction and connect to layer 2. It's super slow today. Not so sure. It's not ready for onlines. Like, I don't wanna do it today. I wanna calm down. Come on, work. Okay guys, since we are waiting to work our maps, you can tell me an interesting story how you get into 3D and what brings you and what do you like in 3D. So would be nice to get you and get know you better. because I'm in 3D. It's long time ago. Started my journey in 3D visualization, and I'm still enjoying it, but I'm not enjoying when the 3ds Max don't want to work. Okay, so probably I'll make the darker color darker, actually, not the lighter, because the wall's like super light already, and I'll make it darker so I can connect one more color correction between the main map and layer 1, and just go to advanced. Actually, I don't need the color also, so I can desaturate it fully. Well, it's actually gray already, but yeah, to make sure that it's like fully desaturated. And gamma a little darker, so 0.9. And even darker, 0.8. Okay, now we can see effect of the mask. So some area become more lighter, some area become more darker. But I think the light one is a bit too light, so I'll select the second color correction, make it a little darker. Also advanced and just change the gamma. So gamma, we had 1, so 95, just a little bit. So slight effect of the map would be nice to have, but not too strong. And yeah, you can see some pattern of the map in the wall and looks pretty nice. Let me show this map in the viewport. Yeah, actually it can be. If you want more accurate, you also can customize UVs separately for the map, but I believe in this case it looks fine. Okay, let me turn off all the regions. And what else left? Okay, I believe 2 more materials. So first it will be a mirror in the mirror, because we need some reflection in it. And the second is doors. So I'm going to create, I think, new material. We'll start from the beginning and select the middle part of the mirror and assign it. And nobody tells any stories. Sad life. Why? You don't want to share? Okay, and the same as we did for chrome. So black diffuse, reflection level 1. And we don't see anything, right? Okay, let me increase Fresnel. And still nothing, because we have darkness in reflection. Well, I slightly can see. Oh, I believe that I seen door opening. Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, we have darkness in reflection, so we can fix it by editing some light, editing some walls. So we'll see some reflection there. So let me open the render first and create some light. Rectangle, like some huge, it doesn't really matter. I just want to see something there, but still see nothing. Okay, so let's, okay, I can see on the doorway at least something, but I definitely need some wall outside, so I'll create just normal box as wall. And here we go. But yeah, the color is definitely not ours, so let me change it first here, and then we'll apply some material. So select gray and create, oh, we can select something here, for example, normal, our base material, but I'll make it lighter because it's too dark. Okay, assign material first. Okay, maybe we'll keep it like that. And probably we need to make a less intensity of this light because it's extremely intensive. Oh yeah. Okay, let me change it for 100 or something. And now we can change material color. Okay. Now I can see something. Okay. What else we can do? We can do some target for the light and navigate it more for the wall. So it will light up the wall, not the main room. It's a bit better. Also, I want to light up this part. Okay, that looks good. Maybe a little less intensity would be nicer. So it won't be like extremely light, right? Also, if you would like, you always can change the color of the walls, so it won't be that dark. But I won't do that. But if you will have some fancy for do that, you always can do that. And I'm going to create material for the door. So I'll copy the base material. If I'm able to do that. Guys, are you still alive? Because I don't see anything from you. I know that's a bit langsam, but a little slow because of the software, but well, sometimes it happens. I hope you still with me and following all the steps. Okay, I create a new material and now I'm going to select door and assign it. So I'll add some wooden material, I think. And we'll add some texture for diffuse. Probably we'll add some dirtiness, probably we'll add some reflection to get more interesting result, but we'll start with just texture. Alive. Okay, that's good to know. Good. Yeah, and you can see it like super saturated. So first we need to work with color and then everything else, right? As usual. So I'll add color correction. Do you like more interior with daylight or with artificial lights, or which one is harder for you to make? I'm just curious, which one do you prefer to create, which one is harder, which one is easier, so you also can write it in the chat and I'll have a look. Okay, so what we can do, we can less saturated, definitely we need to make it darker, so advanced and gamma lower, so 0.07, we'll see, strong it should be, yeah, even less, 4. Yeah, and the color not exactly what I wanted, so saturation lower and hue more to the red, I think, so minus 7 something. I need something like violet something color, violet dirty color. Maybe a bit more saturation. Minus 10. Don't see anything. Okay, I think with this one we can work. Maybe even more red. Oi, a bit too much. Now it's super pinky, right? Does it take longer time to render using light mix? I think the render time will be the same. It doesn't really affect the render time. But all depends for what you want to use light mix. Usually I'm using light mix just for turn off, turn on. I'm not applying any settings for there in there. Okay, so let's add some maps for reflection. So I need output just in case if I need to customize curves, and also color correction. So first I'll connect bitmap to color correction. And then I will connect it to reflection color. So we'll add more reflection by texture. But reflection works with black and white textures, so I need to go to color correction and set -100 saturation. And yeah, probably I want to make it lighter, so I'll connect to output map, my color correction, and into reflection color and make it lighter. So select output, enable curves, and make it a little lighter by adding point and then customize the curve. So add point, right click, see smooth, and just move it slightly up. Okay, but I can see that maybe less influence of the map, just a bit, so it won't be that shiny in this area, and probably the darker color in reflection. So select material. First I will decrease a little bit influence of this map, so you can find in the maps, and here, well, 80, 90, we'll see. And also reflection color. So since we decrease influence of the map, then we can work with also with the color in reflection, so it will affect material as well. Okay, that looks fine. And I'll connect another color correction and we'll plug in into reflection glossiness. To see a little bit more of the door. Probably I will decrease more color and a little more to yellow a bit later, but first we'll customize reflection, then finish the color. So enable color map, and also I'll make it lighter. So at point, Bezier, and also make it lighter. Okay, maybe it's a bit too much. You can see like extremely strong reflection in the door, but well, I can make it lighter and also decrease the influence of this map. But so far not too bad, but well, let's go to material and decrease the influence of this map. So it will be mixed with main amount of the glossiness and map. So also you will find it in maps. So I'll start with 80, for example. Maybe it will be enough. Maybe a bit less. 60. Okay, that's fine. Also, I really want to add extra dirtiness for the door because it's like not super wooden material as was in reference, so we'll try to recreate it. So I'll select color correction and change it to, well, yeah, composite as well. So keep it just in diffuse color, the main color, and add in composite one more layer. Someday I will add it for sure. Where is Daniel Gadgets here? Daniel will be in a few months, I believe. So for now will be my master classes and workshops. But Daniel will return soon. So on composite, add new layer. Come on. Do I need additional modeling for mirror reflection? There is object for the mirror, so yeah, you need to apply material for the object. But you have this scene in description, so you can use it. But yeah, in general, of course, you need something where you will apply your material. So let me add mask. And connect to layer mask, and we'll mix with the color. So I'll make a copy of this color correction and connect to layer 2. And just frozen. Come on, last map. Don't be so nasty. Okay, finally I'll create a copy of the color correction and connect it to layer 2 and make it, I think lighter would be nicer, but you can try a different. You can make it dark and we'll see if it good works or not. You can make it lighter, up to you. Which result you will like more. All you do in the game as well, in the gamma as well. But it's not allowing me to do that. Come on. I just want to set some numbers so it will be applied, and it's not allowing me to do that at all. But well. Come on, wake up. Oh, now it said add me extremely a lot of light color here. One minute and I will give up for this material because it's not allowing me to give that. numbers at all. Okay, finally. You can see that it add me a lot of it, so I just need slightly, but at least you can see how the mask works now, right? So that's a good part. So 0.6 to get the slight difference in color, and I hope it will be enough, so we don't need to do any changes here, and we'll start and see the whole result. Yeah, I think that's enough. One more thing, I probably want to make it a little smaller texture, so let me stop the render so it will be a bit faster, I believe, and I'll just select this door and apply UV map to make it smaller size, just a bit, not too much. How it was before? Yeah, a bit less, and I'll move it to the right just a bit. Okay, so for now I'll start the final render, so we will see what we got on this lesson. Also, I wanted to make it a little dark and less color. I will do it without render and we'll see in the final result, because as you can see it's I don't know why, but it takes a lot of time. Something wrong with, I don't know, software or something, that it takes so much time. And yeah, even without render, one map is a disaster to add. And all I wanted is just decrease a little bit of saturation and color. Come on, let me do one shot, the last one, so we can see the final result of today's workshop. Or you can do it by yourself. I believe that it will be. You can see that I had just extra color correction, not in the main one, but in extra and a little do changes here. So it's not impossible to add any changes here. Okay guys, so I'll keep it like that. All I want to do is like less saturation, a little more to yellow color, like more, I don't know, maybe +5 should be enough, and advance it a little darker. I don't want to apply it now because it will frozen again and again, and I don't really want to do that. So advance it a little darker, so the door won't be that light. But one thing that I will do, I'll decrease and make darker reflection color, so it won't be that shiny. That's what I really want to do. And we'll do final render to see what we got for today. And if you have any questions, you can start asking now. And I will reply for all your questions. Come on, let me press the button at least. What, not a nice guy today. Usually we so nice and best friends, but today probably he don't like me at all. Okay, finally I can customize my final render and start it. So all I needed is just turn on Corona high quality. The size 300, well, I decrease for 300, so it will be 3000, so it will be faster, and start it. And since you prepare your questions, I can tell you a little bit about our school. If you don't know, we have big online courses for the beginners, which will start soon, 6 March, and it's very intensive course for beginners. So we'll start from the very beginning, from interface, from all the buttons, and slowly going through the all paths to customize the final image. So we'll do all stages, the modeling of the furniture, of the walls, of everything. Well, not everything, but a lot of objects will do modeling, because modeling takes a lot of time. So I'll show you the basic. We'll do some furniture, we'll do some basic and not too complicated modeling. Then we'll start to work with lighting for this scene in general. So I'll tell you how you can implement your lighting for your scene, how you can customize, what you can use it, and all the tools that you can work with. And then finally we'll start to work with material. So 4 weeks, very intensive work. We'll do this interior, we'll set up really cool views for it. You can find your own camera's views and search for your angle of the cameras, find your points that you want to show this render, and in the end you will get the final render. You will get the extra frames from this interior and put it in your portfolio. So it will be very cool and exciting work with very beautiful interior. Really enjoyed to work with it, and I'll show you all the way how you can create it. So there will be 4 weeks. As I said, it will be intensive course. There will be 4 online lessons per week. So also not only lesson, also I will comment all your work. So you will do your homework, you apply for to our site, we'll comment it. I'll do video comments for each of your work every day during the weekdays, and you will get fast feedback for all your work, so you can improve it fast. And beside that, we'll have chat where you can ask any questions if you will have some in the course. So you can see that here, album of works, you upload it here, and you can also compare your result. I can compare your result, and you can see all the process where you come from the very beginning. When we start with the base colors, you can see implementing the your interior. You can see some modeling parts, and from very beginning you set up all interior by yourself. And as I said, if you have any questions, you can ask in chat, where or another of my co-workers will help you to improve your work, and you won't stop and move forward to next stage of your work. So there should be very exciting and very fun work with this interior. You will progress super fast. So if you want to get knowledge like in super fast and is super high quality level, you should join this course, and I'll show you all the details how you can work with materials, with lighting, with modeling in interior, in other situation. If you have any extra question, you always can ask, and I always be happy to show you how you can create anything that you want to see. So there will be in general 16 live online classes, plus video comments for your homework, plus chat with support where you can ask any questions, and there will be a lot of interesting work where you can comment in the chat with your with the other students or with me, show your result and improving your work. Also, this course not only for the people who never work in 3ds Max, it's also for the people who not sure how to work and not sure with the process, not sure with some technical stuff. So everything of that I will show you in the course. So if you want to do that, you can enjoy, and in 6th of March we'll start our journey in 3D world. And here is the result of our students from previous courses, and you can see all the super quality of them was made. Also, you can read some reviews if you're not so sure if it's good for you or not, or still if you have some questions, you always can press the button, and our beautiful Anastasia will call you and provide you to all your questions, answer to all of it, and you will be sure should you enjoy this course or not. So please do that. I will happy to see you on the course. Also for the guys, since we just started to accept people for the course, we always have a discount for people who are watching the workshop, so you can press apply and say it to Anastasia that you were on a workshop, and she'll give you some special price to join this course. So I hope you enjoyed this workshop. I know it was a little weird with all these steps, but the result, I hope, worth it, and especially when you will repeat it, you will get nice and beautiful render. But somehow it works and render super long. I think we need to make less reflection on the door, but you can customize it by yourself. So what would I do is darker maps in output for the door, so it will be less reflection, but everything else should be work fine. But still it renders. I don't know why, but it's super long render, but well, we'll wait. And let me see to your questions. Do you teach advanced modeling in 3ds Max? Well, it depends what exactly you mean advanced modeling. Advanced, it can be I don't know, give me some example. We'll do for sure these armchairs in the course. I don't know if it's advanced for you or not. So these ones will make a model in this table, will model this face, will well, most of the objects will do modeling. So all depends what exactly you mean. Also we'll do probably some lesson or record some lesson for marvelous design, because I love to work with marvelous design. Is good for some fabrics, for some clothes, curtains, pillows and everything. So probably there will be some record lessons in the course, but yeah, modeling basic for sure. Advanced, well, depends what exactly advanced for you. Is there a difference between using current displacement as modifier on plugging the height map into displacement of the material? In my opinion, the modifier works more better than just plugging map into materials. So yeah, I think it's better to use exactly modifier, but you can try and compare and you will see how different result is. But pay attention that in interactive render, displacement show not super accurate results. So if you want to see the real result, you should do the main render like this one, and you will see the result of displacement, how it works. Because in interactive, especially in the previous version, it works not super accurate. Hey, big fan, I just changed it from Blender to 3ds Max. Yoo-hoo! I love your lists, but you all always start with an already made scenes. Do you have videos of modeling scene? Maybe we'll do in some next workshops some modeling, but no, so far we'll do more work with the lighting and with materials. In some previous workshops we sometimes did modeling, but not much. Because modeling part is like take a lot of time, so to not make this webinar extremely long, you can see that now we work so far like for 2 hours, and we customize only light and only materials, and we do just few of materials. Yeah, I know that was a bit slowly than the normal one with the software works far, but when you do modeling, it will take like most of the part of the whole process, and then we doesn't have much time for lighting, for materials. So all depends what exactly we want to show. If we want to show modeling, then we'll do a workshop for modeling. I have Corona, but do not have the materials that you choose from in the start for Emerson, so I continued with the same name materials that was but it was shinier even after your adjustment. I believe that you just didn't select Corona's render system, that's why you're not seeing the corona materials. Let me open the new 3ds Max and I'll show you. Oh, actually I can show you here. So in render setup you need to select corona as render system. Probably you have something else like Arnold or something other, because the list is like quite long, and by default there are some other render systems. So just select corona and probably it will appear. What graphic card is good for faster interactive render? Corona doesn't work with graphic card, so all Corona renders doing by CPU, not GPU. So it doesn't really matter what graphic card do you have. The most important, what CPU do you have. Graphic card in this case works more just in the viewport. That's all. So there exists some other render systems such as FStorm, which work in GPU. In this case, graphic card is matter. In Corona, it doesn't matter at all. I think you applied Blake shader to the lining. Yeah, I did, but as you can see, I didn't do it in purpose, but yeah, ceiling should be white. Is the light the most effective element in realism? The light is very important in everything. But yeah, if you didn't customize the light really well, everything else won't work super good. Also would love a bit more elaborate explanation as you go along to the steps. Sometimes it felt more like for advanced beginners than real beginners. Yeah, but here the same situation. If you want me to explain more, first you can join course. There you will get a lot of explanation from me, because I explain every single detail, because we have way much time to customize the visualization. That's first. And the second one, if you want more explanation, then we should do like more detailed stuff, like one thing where I will explain everything. But if you want to see the whole interior for the not much time, then there will be a less explanation, unfortunately. But if you slow down the videos, then you will able to follow all the steps. Render is way harder than modeling. Well, depends. Render is not too complicated when you understand what are you doing. Modeling is the same. Modeling is not too complicated when you understand what you're doing. But some modeling can take a lot of time. So, for example, one sofa can take you 1 day, 2 days, or even more. So, all depends. Can I take Prof with 2.9.2, and will I have time to pass all the lessons if it recorded, or should I wait for next one? Well, better to wait for the next one, so you will join online classes. We don't have records, only online. So yeah, next one. IES slides are the same for Corona overlay. Yes, if you have maps like I did have in the folder, you can use either for Corona overlay. It doesn't really matter. Do you paid beginners course start really at 0, or does one need to have a certain degrees or prior knowledge? Beginners like very from the beginning stage. I explain all the buttons, so you start work in the program. So yeah, it's very from the beginning. But as I said, it's instantaneous, so also the tempo will be not super slowly, but you will get it very accurately and structured. Should interior lights values be weaker than sunlights? We don't have any sunlight, so if you give me example, I'll tell you, but all depends. Usually you don't need much lights in interior scene at all. So for example, you can use HDR map and sun, or you can use just HDR map without sun. So yeah, you don't need extra fake lights. You can customize just with HDR map and with sun or without sun even. You don't need like set a lot of lights to get light in your interior. Hello, render.camp from Panama City. Hello. Do you teach exterior renders as well? No, I'm doing interior, but Daniel in professional visualization teach exteriors as well. I take like 500 courses, and every time I fail, they always tell me to use reference, but does that mean I will never do my own designs? I'll tell you a huge secret about design. So all designs depends of your reference. So it based on your reference. You take your reference, you take some ideas, and you create your design. That's how it works. You take it from everywhere and you create designs, but you take the real situation. So you take the reference, you got the real situation of the lighting. For example, it has the same windows as your future design, right? So you implement this idea of the lighting to your design to get more realistic result. And the same with color palette. So you search for reference, you take the color palette and the color tones from the reference, and you implement to your design. So the all colors will work fine, and then you work with materials. So that's how it works. You always for all your projects, you always work with a reference. Otherwise, I know that everybody thinks that you have extremely huge ideas in your head, but usually it's not exactly the same that you will get in the real life if you won't use references. So I highly recommend it, do it as well. That's how it works. Okay guys, so the questions are ended. So as you remember, we have online course which starts at March 6th. Antonina sent you a link. Also, we have a special prices for people who join this workshop, so you can press apply and you will get special price to join it. And we'll start 6 March. It will be intensive course. We start from the beginning. I will explain very slowly and very accurately every single detail that we will customize, so you will get a more deeply and stronger understanding how the 3ds Max works, how the Corona works, and put it together to get your nice visualization. So I was happy to do and have you today here. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time, and we'll do something else, something more interesting. Okay, see ya, bye bye.